Agents, this is Luis Moreno with Insurance Agent Training. Guys, it is Monday, November the 3rd. We're 3 days into the ACA open enrollment. I had a call with an agent on Sunday, new agent who's wanting to come into the business. And the only reason I'm creating this video is so that agents can have a realistic expectation of who they're going to want to partner up with on their contracting. So I'm going to give you what I do, okay? And then you can kind of roll with that. But yeah, I got very angry or very upset at this agent. And, anyway, regardless, before I share exactly the conversation I have, guys, do me a favor. Click down below, like this video, comment, and then if you would, if you're a subscriber, I appreciate it. And if you're not, give me a little love. We just crossed 8,000 agent subscribers, trying to shoot for 10 by the end of the year. But help me out here. All right. So conversation, it was Sunday morning. I wanted to relax. I'm with the family, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call this agent up, get it over with, because I don't want to do it on Monday. So I get the call and I'm like, hey, how can I help you? And they're like, hey, well, I'm an experienced life and Medicare agent. I'm like, well, cool. All right, rock and roll. And the call kind of went like this. What are you, Luis, going to do for me? And I'm like, what? It's freaking like 9 o'clock Sunday morning. I'm like, what do you mean? What am I going to do for you? And I'm like, okay, that's the way I took it. I didn't respond like that. I'm like, all right, well, here's what I do and I'm not an FMO, but I'm kind of a partnership of an FMO where I recruit insurance agents for ACA and Medicare. And so the first thing that came out of the agent's mouth was, are you going to give me free leads? And I'm like, here we go. Typical desperate agent. Hey, I want free leads. And guys, most FMOs, if they're dangling that carrot of free leads, all it is nothing but trouble. Okay. Some agents are naive enough and don't know any better. But number one, there's a lot of FTC, there's a lot of communication rules out there for us agents in contacting leads. We need to have consent to contact. So if they're just giving you a list of people to call, you're kind of playing with fire. Okay. And then here's the other deal that I throw out to agents is if an organization is going to give you leads and you're a new agent, you as a new agent should be thinking, why are they giving them to me? I'm sure this organization has some powerful agents that are already proven producers. Why aren't they giving it to them? Why me? Think about that. Probably because those guys are a little smart and they know better. Okay. Or maybe they already worked that list and they've already, taken all the stuff and what's left over is nothing but crumbs that are on the floor. And then they're going to give it to some desperate agent who thinks, yeah, I got free leads. And they're going to go through, 1,000 calls just to connect to one, and they're going to burn out. So if you're going to an organization as an agent wanting free leads, okay, number one, if you want free leads, go work for an organization as an employee, because that organization's job is to go out there and create some leads and give them to their employees so their employees can close business. And if you have that employee mindset, hey, rock and roll, go be an employee. But if you want to be an independent agent where you own your own book of business and you want your upline to give you free leads, really? My thoughts on that are you just don't know any better. You're naive and don't know. Now, what should an organization do for its downline? So I don't know what a lot of other organizations do, but I am aware of agents wanting to come over here because those organizations are nothing but contracting organizations. That's it. Okay, they contract agents and that's all. Okay, and after that, they're like, hey, good luck. See if you can go do your thing. Well, I take a different approach. What do I do? So number one, 9 months out of the year, from January all the way to October, I am doing nothing but ACA and Medicare training with the agents. So I do three things, or I do training 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Every Tuesday, what I do is I do what I call it agent growth. Okay. It's not specific to any line of business, but I try to bring in carrier representatives. I bring in industries, maybe some software representatives, something that is going to help grow your agency, make you a smarter agent, grow your agencies, maybe some tools that are going to help you grow. So that's my Tuesday objective. My Wednesday is where I handle all of my ACA 101 training, and I have a curriculum that I follow. And then it's over in about 6 to 7 weeks, and then I recycle and I start all over again. So I'm doing that all year long, or 9 months out of the year. And I do the very same thing for Medicare. I train. Okay. In the meantime, I have a platform that is called School. And in this platform, when you're one of my contracted agents, we admit you into this School platform. And in this School platform, what we do is this is the support. In this platform, I post the links for my trainings, but I also support. So agents go on there and they ask questions and I reply. But we have over 900 agents in this School platform that all chime in and give you assistance. So it's kind of a good support platform. Now, training 9 months out of the year. Okay. Now, in the Super Bowl of Medicare and ACA, which is AEP time for Medicare, OEP time for ACA, during the last quarter of the year, it's very hard to train. We're already in the game. We can't be practicing and training during the game. So what I do during the actual game, starting in October, November, December, and going into the first 2 weeks of January, what I do there is I take my Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays and I turn them into open mic. Okay, so I open up the room and I do a little bit of training. I run through some scenarios. And then what I do is I just take questions. Hey, how do I do this? What do you think about this? And it's just kind of an ongoing. Sometimes we'll stay there for 2 hours because people get a lot of questions. So it's kind of a learning experience in that sense. But I don't really do my curriculum during that last quarter of the year. So hope that sets expectations out there for insurance agents on what they can expect of an organization. So, you know, the what are you going to do for me? Well, guys, what are you going to do for yourself? Now, as an organization, and in 25 years of insurance experience, okay, running an agency, 14 employees, what I bring to the table that a lot of organizations that also do some training is I bring actual in the field type of experience. We are still a producing agency. A lot of these organizations bring on a trainer. Maybe that trainer had a few years of experience and now they're training. Why are they training? Okay, well, you know, a lot of times there's the old saying, those that can't do, teach. Okay, maybe, all right, but I'm not one of those that can't do, teach. I am doing. We have very powerful P&C, ACA, and Medicare agency. And the reason we have that agency because I have a powerful team running that allows me to do what I do. But I'm still very much in the game. So I bring all that experience of running an agency, a storefront agency with employees, you know, almost $1 million in payroll, commissionable income. I mean, there's a lot of things that I can bring to the table that I can help new agents get a head start. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of what I bring to the table, guys. A lot of other organizations contract you. They don't do much. I really do try to do a lot for my agents, and that's kind of where we're at. All right. So hope this helps you out. I would just caution you on the free lead thing that every desperate agent wants. I do train agents on how to utilize social media, how to go out there and work the streets on trying to develop your lead sources. But what I don't do is I don't hand you a name. Here, go call John Smith. Now, what I may do is on my platform, if I get a lead in an area where I'm not contracted, I may put it on the platform and say, hey, I got a lead in this state. Anybody want it? And any of this 900 agents can grab it. But besides that, I am not in the business of feeding somebody. I can try to teach you to feed yourself, but I don't feed you. I don't feed you leads. And if that's what you're looking for, you as an agent need to be very careful. If they start sending you these leads, you start calling them. Guys, you need to be very aware of where is that consent to contact, especially if it's Medicare. Did you get consent to contact? If they're just giving you a list of people to call, you're going to get yourself burned by playing with fire. And that burns a financial burn, okay, among other things. So be very, very careful with that search for an entity that's going to feed you leads. Because I will just tell you, I already said, why are they going to give it to a brand new agent when that entity probably already has some experienced producers? Why aren't they given to them? Because they're probably smart enough to know not to touch that crap. But new agents, those desperate agents that want those free leads, they don't know any better. All right, well, it is what it is. Guys, I hope this helps you out. This is Luis Moreno with Insurance Agent Training. Thank you.